Good evening, my friends. The Russia versus Ukraine conflict is escalating, and I don't have a team in this battle here, but I think Ukraine is absolute evil, and Russia is slightly less evil. So, again, this is first off, I want the fighting to end. All right, it needs to be over. Figure out some negotiations, do whatever. United States, stop sending fucking money over there, please, for the love of Christ. And if you think the grift is bad now, wait until the quote Reconstruction happens. So yeah, there will be so much embezzlement and basic just flat out theft that nobody's talking about that aspect, but it's coming. It is coming. So Ukraine used British cruise missiles in devastating Sevastapol attack. The UK confirms. This week's major Ukrainian attack on the Russian port of Sevastopol in Crimea was the largest strike on Russia's naval targets since the war's start. So, British supplied long-range missiles were used in an overnight September 12th, 13th attack, which likely damaged a Russian submarine and a warship. And the Western source says the British Storm Shadow cruise missiles were deployed. Now, Putin is showing a lot of constraint, my friends. He could have glassed Kiev months ago. Wouldn't have been too popular on the world stage, but he could have done it. And what would have happened then? I don't know. But again, I also have a vested interest in not being a part of global thermonuclear war. Call me selfish. So, Kremlin sources counted 10 cruise missiles fired from an aircraft platform. Who was piloting that, though? I would wager to guess. I think the Su-24 it can be retrofitted to fire those missiles, but was it American pilots? I don't know. Could have been on an F-16 for all we know. The missiles fired against the key Black Sea naval port claimed anti-air defense down 7. An additional attack by unmanned boats was thwarted too. That's going to be modern warfare from here on out, my friends. And that's why the United States aircraft carrier fleet is pretty much obsolete, but the world hasn't found that out yet. Storm Shadow missiles were supplied to Ukraine after approval to supply those was announced earlier this year from London. They have a range of 155 miles. And, by the way, Putin could have glassed London a while ago, too. Also, not probably a popular move. They're the longest range weapons in Ukraine's arsenal, and they are fired from aircraft. Yes, thank you very much, Zero Hedge. While Kiev stopped short of confirming outright the type of missiles used, the statements strongly point in that direction. So, again, I'm not going to read that. Likely the projectiles were launched from the Ukrainian aircraft. Such future attacks could be more devastating when Western partners had to hand over F-16 fighter jets after training Ukrainian pilots is complete. They're going to get the oldest fucking F-15s on the planet, I bet. An open source analyst said the submarine damage was in dry dock, and it was the Black Sea Fleet's Rostov-on-Don Project 636.3 diesel submarine. Diesel submarines are way fucking old, by the way, so a warship was also said to be damaged. The Minsk Project 775 Rapucha class large landing ship, so yeah, an amphibious vehicle. So yeah, let's just skip out of this next story. So another escalation for the tit for tat. Russia expels 2 diplomats, summons ambassador over spy row. So Russian Foreign Ministry expelled a pair of American diplomats because they were conducting unlawful spy activity, including trying to recruit local assets and cultivate informants. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Again, escalation. Don't want to see it escalate into global thermonuclear war. Again, you can call me selfish. I believe you. So... And this little midget here, he's probably going to show up to D.C. next week. Zelenskyy, the Napoleon complex himself, is going to be probably wearing that stupid fucking olive green long sleeve t-shirt. I will wager Vegas odds, even money on that one. He's turning up to D.C. with his pockets held out, wanting more fucking money. He wants $25 billion next week to demand billions and more aid. The audacity of that little cocksucker. In fucking Congress, Chris Christie giving him fucking blue and yellow roses, and God, get his cock out of your mouth, Congress, my lord. So Biden's doing the impeachment thing. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy is likely to walk away with exactly what he wants and then some, because I believe Zelenskyy has the dirt on Joe Biden, and he is probably blackmailing him with it, and there will be no... Okay. An administration official, on condition of anonymity, he didn't want to discuss the visit. He'll Zelenskyy will meet with Beijing Biden at the White House next Thursday. It's confirmed by 2 aides. So Zelensky's trip comes as Congress there's a big punchline here. This is headline USA.com, by the way. Congress is facing a potential shutdown, which will probably be averted by a CR to, quote, get us through December, and then in December they'll do a sweeping omnibus package where we will be in another $2 billion in debt for the next, 10 years. So anyway, we're getting off track here. The U.S. has estimated to deliver $88 billion in funding to Ukraine, and the State Department has acknowledged there's no way of tracking the money, while the Pentagon has made several accounting errors by overvaluing the junk-ass equipment that it allowed to circumvent the congressional appropriations process. And imagine my shock here. Cue Paul Joseph Watson. The White House and congressional Democrats have actively resisted efforts to put in place a watchdog to track or audit the funds. So yeah, that's they don't. Congressional Democrats are probably making money hand over fist here. I mean, the Republicans probably are too. I mean, they're pretty much, for the most part, the quote uniparty. So let's take a look at all the spending packages and security packages and other bullshit we're spending. Again, go back to like the first 30 seconds of the video. Stop sending our money over there, you cocksuckers. $10 billion on February 23rd. We got $3 billion, $40 billion on May 19th. $6.2 billion in June. Another $13 billion in August. Where did all this fucking money go? That's what I want to know. I mean, I know that this money kind of gets shifted around to the military-industrial complex, and they manufacture new stuff to replace all the junk end-of-life shit we sent over there. And it's getting absolutely fucking mowed down too, by the way. So again, my opinion, I think Russia is winning, and they're going to win unconditionally. But the media says, I don't know, the media's turning now. I don't know what is going on with the media. They're starting to shift into attack mode on the Democrats, which is very curious. So maybe they'll start, souring on the Ukrainian grift. I don't know. We'll see. But again, if you think this grift is bad, wait till the quote Reconstruction happens. There's going to be several newly minted billionaires in that package, and it's not going to be you or me. We're not going to get shit. We're going to get the fucking ramrod up the ass. So, yeah, that's it. That's all we're going to do. And the Uniparty says we haven't done enough. Fuck off. Seriously. So anyway, that's it. That's all we're going to do. If you like my content, hit subscribe. Nobody made it this far. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment. I read all the comments of my friends, and pick up some non-perishable food, and God bless.